All right, welcome in, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 16th. We got a basketball packed episode for you today. Sorry, we're going to be ignoring the Maction tonight, but maybe we'll get to it later. We'll definitely answer questions on it, but we're not planning to cover the Maction on this episode of Daily Bread. Sponsored and powered by PickCity.com. Make sure to give them a follow at PickCity on Twitter. And the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Make sure to give them a follow as well. Jump over to our YouTube page, Daily Bread Media. We just surpassed 670 subscribers today. So shout out to all of you. We appreciate you. There will be that giveaway at 1,000. So help to get us there quicker. Or just hop over to there if you want to be featured on today's show. Give out your best bets, all that good stuff. YouTube is your spot to be. We're also live on Twitter, so jump over to there if that's where you're tuning in with us. Don't log off there, but we just can't see your comments or put them up on the show. We'll have it open so we can still reply. What's up, Top Crocodile? Happy to have a new listener here. I like it.
You said Buffalo? That was a no sweater. Yeah. Yeah, you know the deal, man. You know the deal.
How you doing on this Tuesday?
I mean, I'm feeling all right, man. I really can't complain about anything. I'm a happy man. Yesterday was a good day. We're back in the saddle. It's a nice little Tuesday, ready to get paid. Waited a little bit to really get popping with this college basketball stuff because, I'm a perfectionist. I don't want to be out here on some bullshit. But tonight we go crazy. That's the whole plan, to go crazy tonight. I got a 4-pack of some fire college plays. Talk a little basketball too, a little NBA, but I really want to focus on college ball. I think that there's a lot of opportunity. The lines are sharp as fuck. That is no debating. I mean, what was the stat you told me earlier? How many games finished within 2?
Yeah, so this is the closing number, I guess. So 15 of the 44 games yesterday finished within 2 points of the spread. So if you cashed yesterday, you're pretty sharp on those lines. But if not, I mean, it is what it is. You've been seeing a lot of hooks out here early in the season already.
Absolutely. And
but let's start off with the NBA chat that you want to get into, and then we'll give out our best bets for a loaded slate tonight. 20-minute episode, so we'll go for like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the plays.
Right. As far as last night in the association, there were a lot of games. Just some quick takeaways. DeMar DeRozan needs to be mentioned in the NBA MVP conversation at the beginning of this year. Like, obviously he probably won't win it, but I think we have to mention his name. The guy is playing extremely efficient basketball, went crazy, is going crazy shooting mid-range jump shots. And, like 3 years ago, if he was doing that, he probably wouldn't be on a lot of NBA teams with the whole analytic rage when it comes to the NBA. So you got to give DeMar DeRozan his flowers, man. The guy was a multi-time All-Star in Toronto, leading scorer in the history of the franchise. Went to San Antonio, didn't want to go there, was a professional about it. That's something that's rare, especially in this day and age when you got dickheads like Ben Simmons requesting a trade because he's a pussy. It's a little different. He was a good soldier, went to San Antonio, played for a great coach, and he made himself better. He got more efficient, became a better passer, became a better rebounder, became a better teammate. And people rave about how great of a teammate he is. I mean, I couldn't say better because I don't know how much of a teammate he was prior, but it's beautiful to see, man. I'm happy for him. I think people need to start talking about him a little bit more in that light. Other than that,
what about Lonzo just out shooting the guys from the Lakers last night from deep?
Hey, I mean, you saw, it was a perfect revenge spot. He's always going to have that chip on his shoulder because they gave up on him. They let him roll for Anthony Davis, who's made of glass, and people think 40-20 for a losing organization was amazing because he stuffed the stat sheet. But right now he's historically worst 3-point shooter in the NBA right now for any player attempting 2 or more, and the Lakers are in shambles. Lonzo's winning. He's cooling, enjoying himself, and he still hasn't even entered his athletic prime. So shout out to Lonzo. And, I'm happy they got that dub, even without Vucevic. That's what makes it more impressive, Vucevic not playing. The Cavaliers, another surprise so far.
And
Obviously,
then Mobley done.
well, Mobley is garbage right now. He's garbage without Jarrett Allen. I think last night we really learned the value of Jarrett Allen to the Cleveland Cavaliers. It was very interesting to see them compete. They were still competitive, but Mobley's not a 5. He played the 5 last night, and boy, did that look bad. He was horrendous. Not his fault. It's just how he wasn't supposed to be playing in that role. And the game's the game, man. Sometimes
and he's hurt now. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks. That's why I said, and that's why he's done.
Hold on, who are you talking about?
Mobley. He's out for 2 to 4 weeks.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, Mobley. Yeah, but like I said, he was so bad, bro. To start, I'd never seen that. This man was like 0 for 9. I was like, he's not getting that double tonight. But again, I am impressed by it. You have to give JB Bickerstaff. This is like Sosa giving people their roses today. A couple guys I think just deserve that.
You just apologizing or giving the roses?
Not really, man. Just like I said, you got to give credit where it's due. When guys are doing their job and handling things correctly, you just got to give them credit, man. That's really all it is. Other than that, the Joker lost last night to Luka, and Luka and them covered. Shout out to them. People are going to talk shit about.
Were you required to say that?
No, people are going to talk shit about the game, but again, all those people that were saying Jay Kidd's not a good coach, you're going to have to eat your words because that ain't the case. But yeah, that's all I got for my takeaways from the NBA. I don't have no picks for tonight in that Nets Warriors game. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Just enjoy getting to see Steph Curry and Kevin Durant go at it in some professional capacity in November. Just enjoy it.
My biggest thing was the Portland comeback, I guess, last night. That was the biggest thing I saw. They actually played a game in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's pretty shocking. It's rather shocking.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a while. I know that made fans happy.
Yeah, I'm not in any way I still think that they're ass.
Yeah, they're still not good, but finally pulled one out in the fourth quarter at home, something they haven't been doing all season. All right, we got our usuals tapping in here. We got the chat firing away. So let's get into today's college basketball games. So let's see. We have a total of 49 games or 48 games in action today, Sosa. Let's start off with the game where I have no idea why this line is moving in the way it is, but you got a feel on this team. So this is where we'll start right off with a battle in Florida with Miami versus FAU. We got the line sitting at 7.5 here and the total at 144.5. So both since opening have moved to Miami as bigger favorites and the total has dropped. But what do you like here?
I'm a fan of this Florida Atlantic team. They cashed us out cashed me out a bunch of times last year. They got some dynamic playmakers back. The game's at Florida Atlantic. They play with pace. They get up and down the court. They shoot enough threes. This Florida team's good, but they're a middle of the pack ACC team going on the road against Florida Atlantic. I expect Florida Atlantic to score points. I like them to go over 69.5 with their team total. Just because that's what they do. They get up and down the court. The only thing you have to worry about is them missing for extended periods of time. But I do believe their guards can get into those situations where even if they can't get a bucket, they know how to get one by getting fouled.
This Miami team, just for this season, I just don't think they're going to be that solid. I don't believe in Wernerberger in the middle, and I don't like the rest of their size past that. FAU is some teams that if you don't have a dominating size against them because they're running that freshman almost now in there. So the best way to get FAU out of this is just to get them even a little bit less likely in the middle. But neither of these teams will like to play defense today.
So my lead play, Florida Atlantic team total over 69.5, minus 102. That's the first play. I think it's perfect value, even money for this team. This shouldn't be an issue. Although, you know, like we said, we've been monitoring it. It's been some weird shit happening as far as the total goes, but it doesn't scare me. I think that even if it's a competitive
Mhm.
ball game, it will be a competitive ball game played into the 70s or 80s. I don't think it will be this draw it out slow style. Now, obviously, any team can come out there and just put up a bunch of bricks, but I'm betting against that. You know?
Yeah. And then the only thing is the FAU, you'll hit them from deep against them too. So I'll get them to go and attempt some more threes there. And Miami hasn't been the best at defending the three, but both of these teams have 2 games under the belt. So you don't want to take too much into the current results. First game of the night here, sticking with another rivalry within the same state, but moving to Nebraska with Creighton at the Huskers here. And man, what has Nebraska ball done to deserve to be laying 3.5 points here? I guess the arena, home court advantage, you can give them 2 or 3 points here. But this is where I was honestly thinking this game would be lined at a pick 'em or at least Nebraska only laying -1. So if I'm going to get 3.5 here, I'm going to be putting a play on Creighton plus 3.5. Sure, I'm backing the second and third most hateable faces in college basketball. Colin Castleton has #1 on Florida. And then we're going with O'Connell and Brenner, so the old Duke and just the big guy. So that's where you're just going to hate to watch them. So that's why I'm not going to be trying to fade Creighton this season, but it's going to be gross rooting for them. And the biggest factor we have here is Creighton on the inside should just cakewalk them here. They're susceptible to turnovers, but the size with rebounding, Nebraska won't have second points in this game. I mean, Nebraska lost to Western Illinois to start off the season and then smoked Sam Houston in the second one. So that's just where Nebraska ball, I mean, they were barely winning games last season in conference. Creighton, yes, they did lose some. These teams should just be an even game. So I'm going to take the 3.5.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I'm not worried about that at all. Crazy. Come on. I don't
I
know.
would go points. I mean, 3.5. I think they can easily win this game outright as
I
well.
have winning.
So I'll have a personal play on the money line as well, but I'm just taking the 3.5 here because it burned us with Hawaii in the first time. Because if we took the spread instead of the money line, we would have pushed. But can't think about that way. But yeah, I'll have a little something on the money line. But the official play is 3.5.
Let's go. Let's go.
What
You
you
already
got
know.
for #2?
Number 2 today takes us to. I sent you my list, didn't I? Hold on.
You did.
Take,
I just didn't know where you wanted
takes
to go
us
next.
to Wright State at Purdue. Purdue at home. They've won on average by almost 30 points a game in their first 2. Wright State 1-1, lost outright to a pretty shitty university last. Listen, this Purdue team, I said at the beginning of the year, they're the Big Ten team that I have my eye on of all the teams.
Big
Well
Maple.
coached. They're deep. Even though they have a big man, they get out in transition and run. They play great fucking defense. They play great man defense. They know how to force you to play to help. They force you to the big man, and the big man is an anchor in the paint. And he's more mobile than the what was the big slow kid from Iowa last year? Garza. He's better than Garza to me.
Williams?
Well, the big man for Purdue. What's the
Williams or Big Maple or Edie?
Big man, both of them. I think they're both better than him. I think Garza was just playing in Illinois and was slow. Those guys can actually move a little bit more, and like I said, they're well coached. I like Purdue here. I'm actually taking an alternate line on this game. I'm taking Purdue to win the game by 20, which the line for the game is 16.5. I like them minus 19.5.
And you're only buying a point technically over the opening number because this opened at 18.5. And the Sharps are thinking they're getting some nice points on Wright State.
I like them to win the game by 20. Purdue is good. Yeah, give me them give me them at home against Wright State. It like I said, this is like the see, I'm not touching the team total because this team scored over 90 twice in their first 2 games. So I would be inclined to lay off the team total, but like for them to win the game like 75 to like 54. Like 78 to like 59, some shit like that. Like anywhere between, I have it at anywhere between 18 and 23. That's where the line should be. For it to be at 16 and a half, that's, this, like I said, this Purdue team is legit. And yeah, in my estimation, they're indeed legit. So, barring some miracle, they should thoroughly dominate Wright State tonight. What's your next play?
All right, that's a good first or second play to get into. Here's a good one. I know everyone's going to be dying to watch this CUSA versus SWAC matchup here. This is a play on the total because both teams like to play with pace. If you watch this Southern team last season, they just ran up and down the court the entire time. Southern and Rice, we are taking the over 143.5. My numbers have this game finishing at 150. It's an over. Lock it in here. Both of these teams will be going up and down the court. They turn the ball over crazy, so you're going to have fast break opportunities left and right. The one factor where this could struggle to hit is Rice hasn't been hitting from deep, and Southern has somewhat controlled from that. But both of these teams rank as bottom 100 defenses. Rice's offenses is trending much higher than Southern's, so I do think they see points.
And then Rice is coming off an ass whooping. Who beat the shit out of them? Houston?
Yeah, 79-46.
Right. I'm right because I had called that as the bounce back because Houston didn't cover in the season opener when I did take them originally. So like that was
they put up 82 against Pepperdine in their first one here. Southern got 60 up against Louisville, then put 73 up against Tulane. So that's where 73-73 game gets us right through there. But I think we'll end with like a 80-75 type of game here.
I have something like 85-75, something like that. Where I think you'll be good to go as far as it. I think it sails over personally.
Don't worry, the next two games are a little bit more of the higher matchups. I just wanted to get that one out of the way because I do like that total here. The other two are spread plays for the rest. So what's number 3?
Oh, man, number 3, I'm calling on your man, the Don himself, John Calipari. Mount St. Mary's at Rupp. Give me the Kentucky team total over 80.5 against Mount St. Mary's. I think they just come out and blitz them. More athleticism, more just better athletes from start to finish. An absolute ass whooping. I think they score over 90. But like I said, give me if the team throws at 80.5, should easily put up 50 points in the first half, and we should be able to walk through at the end. That's how I personally believe. That's my personal belief in this one. It's just a matchup of better athletes. I wanted to take the spread, but I'm gonna stay away from the spread because I think the spread's like 25.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent spread in this one.
I can't remember. I can't even remember the number. Right? It's like 20. No, it's like 25.5. It's 26.5. 26.5. So I wanted to stay away from the spread, but I do believe that Kentucky this is like Michigan State the other night. They're just stepping into a gunfight with a knife. That's what Mount St. Mary's is walking into tonight.
Yeah, and this is their last of basically their bye games that they took. The rest get a little bit more. They do have one action game coming up, but this is the last of their we're going to get thromped games. Right. Nova put up 91-51 against them. And Nova just hit from deep from 3. Like we said on the first episode of the college basketball season, this Kentucky team is actually built to hit from the deep compared to the last few seasons. So they can definitely put up points here.
Going to see them turn up tonight for sure. And yeah, like I said, I believe in Calipari. He always gets it done against inferior competition. Kentucky teams love style points. So we might get a couple Sports Center top 10 dunks tonight, no question. So
all right, number 3. This is the game that I've been weighing back and forth on. So you know how you mentioned how Michigan State had that thromp spot. So Richmond coming off an outright L to Utah State. Lost by 11. Georgia State coming on in. Line opened at 6, has now all the way gone up to 7.5 here. Is that flat 8 ever going to come around for me? Because I don't think Richmond rolls them here, even though Richmond can completely dominate Georgia State on the inside here. Golden, if your book has player props type of deals like that, just put Golden, whatever his points is, whatever his rebounds is, he's probably going to have a career game tonight. And that's what's been making me nervous about putting in the Georgia State side here.
+7.5.
You don't got any thoughts on Richmond versus Georgia State? It's not in your wheelhouse for tonight?
No. I don't know. I know nothing about either of these teams. I'm not even going to look into Richmond till 6-7 games into conference play. Like 8-10 teams, I don't fuck with unless like they have hype at the beginning of the year, like entering the season. Like, like how Bones last year and Dayton's
I don't know, man. I wouldn't sleep on this Richmond side with Gilliard at point and Burton in the middle.
The guards,
that's where I
think last year was crazy. My bad.
All right. We're not going to play Georgia State here. When that ends up coming through, I'm going to be salty as hell for the 7.5. But, dude,
Why?
the talent, this is just a game where the talent
I don't know nothing about Georgia State. I know nothing about Georgia State.
They're small as hell and shoot a lot of threes and play with a shit ton of pace. Not a shit ton of pace, not as much as this season, but 50% of their shots come from 3. Why are you talking on mute? You can't hear shit.
You're the one that brought up Gilliard, so I'm like, you gonna roll with them or?
No, I'll give out 2 more after this, but you get into your next one. That was just the game I was dying to talk about because that's been weighing on my mind so much. I just needed to get it out.
For sure. This is my final college play of the night. And it takes us to the UCF and Jacksonville game. And I think that I believe it's another roll spot for another team. And I believe that UCF team total over 77.5 is easily attainable. Give me UCF over 77.5 at -106. You scared, go to church. That's the play. That's the play. UCF is a talented team. They're well coached. That's the play.
How much more you need to say in that one there?
Yeah, it should be a roll spot. This is a classic get your ass beaten in Orlando type of game. Jacksonville about to get smoked. It's not Jacksonville State, just Jacksonville. So yeah.
Next play, we got lined up. We're laying 2.5 here with Eastern Kentucky with James Madison coming in. This one is a don't overthink it too much type of spot here. James Madison, yeah, they're having an all right season. They could be on a little bit of a come up here, but when ODU is your biggest win so far in Carlo, this game could easily soar over since both will be running. Eastern Kentucky plays at probably the second, if not the fastest pace in the nation so far this season. Mm-hmm. They rely on their threes, something that James Madison defended well against ODU. Just running back Eastern Kentucky here at home -2.5. 3-0 to start the season. Sure, their wins aren't that impressive so far whatsoever, but they're rolling. Oh, I mean, they went into Milwaukee and beat Patrick Baldwin Jr. So,
yeah, I like that EK. I like that play as well. I think I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm 100% aligned. They, like you said, they go fast. Fast.
Do we like a huge dog tonight?
A big underdog to cover or to win outright?
No, to win outright. Because we have to talk about Seton Hall, Michigan as the last game here. Because Houston UVA, if you didn't bet the under 123 this morning, there's nothing else worth betting in that game. I'm probably not watching it unless you love old school basketball. Essentially, it's sitting at 119 right now, so I wouldn't really touch it.
I got a couple of leans that I like.
Well, this is where I want to talk Michigan, Seton Hall, I don't think the Pirates go in and win outright, but I think that 8 is a little large because I know you're leaning on Michigan here and now.
Michigan's gonna beat the shit out of them, bro. Was Hunter Dickinson? That's a bad white boy, bro.
I don't know. Yetna might be able to keep him in check for a little bit.
I hear you, but Hunter Dickinson didn't have no white friends growing up. All he did was play basketball. He don't listen to nothing but rap music. Hunter Dickinson is one of them boys. I'm telling you, he's a bad. I'm rocking with Michigan, bro. I think Michigan beats the fuck out of them. I think they have a great. I think Juwan Howard is a great coach. I really do believe that it's a Michigan steamroll. 8 ain't enough. I think Michigan's going to be just like last year. It's going to be damn difficult to beat them until you get to the tournament. They're going to be right there at the end with anybody. They're talented. They're deep. They're experienced. You know what I'm saying? I like Seton Hall. The dog that I was looking at that is intriguing is Middle Tennessee State at the crib against Winthrop, 5.5 point spread. Middle Tennessee might be that team to pull it off at the crib. I wouldn't be surprised. So more of a lean for me. I'm not no official action on it, but Middle Tennessee State, that's a team that, plus 280, I think, on the money line.
I'll pull that up real quick.
Plus 2 something, plus 180. Sorry, plus 180 on the money line.
I got plus 210 for Middle Tennessee State on mine because it's a 6.5 spread on my book.
So that's a team that I wouldn't be. I mean, I know you like Creighton on the money line. That 2.5 is obviously I love.
Yeah, no, I was just trying to find a way to get the Seton Hall Michigan game put in there because that's the game I'm dying to watch tonight. It's the one that's going to have my full attention. BYU Oregon's also a good one to watch. SLU versus Memphis, also a nice one to watch. But 9 o'clock, sit down, get ready, because I do think Seton Hall hangs tough in this. Willard won't have the guys get steamrolled like you guys say. Maybe we can do a friendly wager. It's like no money. Like I'm not putting any money on the plus 8, but just show wagers are always fun. But I don't know what we can do. Maybe we'll think of something before and we'll release it. But it's not money related because it's just to have action on the game against your friend.
Right. Tennessee Shark knows, Vegas Shark knows, my man knows the deal. Middle Tennessee, I'm telling you, man, that is the dog that's the game that I've looked at more than anyone where I'm like, which dog could really just win and just win outright, no question. That's the team. Michigan solo over, not a bad play. I think. But Seton Hall can play defense, like Rex was alluding to. They have a scrappy coach who makes his teams play very, very scrappy.
Bryce Aiken can run the point too. He's a very good. I mean, he's a scorer. He's just not a game manager either. So that's where if Aiken and Yetna get rolling, Yetna's a huge transfer that they got from South Florida. He just kept getting hurt last season there. If Willard can get the most out of Yetna, that's the Seton Hall team can be competing in the Big East. But yeah, the size is what's just is going to kill him because the next guy that's going to have to come up, I think his name's McGowan or something. They're 6'9" center. He's the one who's probably going to be covering Dickerson, and he's going to be the one who's getting it because Yetna's going to be on the 4.
Okay. Well, again, man, it's just like I said. The 8.5. It's tempting because I know you believe the number should be higher. Right.
I'll give you what my projections have, but I think 8's a good number for this game. 10 was probably like the ideal number where you get actually a lot of Seton Hall love, but my numbers have minus 7.82 for Michigan tonight at home, 137.5 for the total.
This Michigan State team is built very much like the last North Carolina team that won a championship. D-Rock Sports brings up something very, very crucial here. They want to beat you up on the boards, and they don't shoot threes to make them. They shoot threes to offensive rebound. That's the difference. Some teams don't shoot because they just know they're going to pound you on the board so well that they don't really give a fuck where you put the shots up from. That's how Michigan's going to play all year. They're going to destroy you on the boards, and they're going to get themselves second, third, fourth opportunities. That is going to be the MO for this Michigan team. Like D-Rock said, like they're not shooting a lot of threes, but at home, they, if they're at the crib, then, I expect them to shoot threes at a high clip. At home, in that building, I'm sorry, man.
No, you're all good. That's why we do this show, so you can hear both sides of the angle here, so these guys can make a bet. Since we don't have an official play on this game, D-Rock Sports, this is dope for the comments that you're putting in there when you guys drop the analysis. We love it.
You already know. What else? Anything else? Or is that? I think that pretty much covers the slate, man. Still
Yeah,
some.
I got too scared to back Georgia State. I know Roddy's upset about that, but that would have been the fourth play. We're just going to keep it there because the more I like it, the more I think Richmond rolls them.
Roddy's going to Hooters on Peachtree to watch the game, so he'll be okay. He'll be just fine. Just fine.
I didn't know there was that was the first Georgia State alum I've met.
For real? Young Wei Koo went there. Or no, he went to Georgia Southern. I'm tripping. He went to Georgia Southern. He didn't go to Georgia State.
Roddy thinks they get smoked as well. All right. Richmond, -7.5. Last play. We had the 4. You said you had 4. I had 4. Roddy, sign of approval.
Let's
if this
go.
one loses, you can at Roddy for this one. I'm putting all my stake into him.
He said Hooters on Peachtree. He likes the Daytona wings from Hooters. That's what he said. He literally just typed it out and said it. We've seen it in the comments.
Yeah, tomorrow we'll be back live. Bigger NBA slate, college basketball.
Huge NBA slate tomorrow.
Each day. Daily Bread, give us the like. Give it to the subscribe.
Like the video. Like the fucking video.
Until tomorrow, we'll catch you all later.